Welcome to Video 6, Bear Wants More Demonstration. This small group activity gives children the opportunity to compare two quantities by counting, allowing them to build an understanding of the relationship between magnitude and number sequence. The materials you'll need are a stuffed teddy bear, at least 2 types of fruit counters or 2 different colored counters, and 2 bowls to hold the counters. Please refer to the activity instructions for how to individualize for your classroom. This activity provides the opportunity to use the following key instructional practices for comparing and labeling magnitudes. Prompt children to compare subitizable or obviously different-sized collections using more than, fewer than, and same number as. Help children discover the increasing magnitude principle, that the later a number word appears in the counting sequence, the larger the quantity it represents. And encourage children to apply the increasing magnitude principle to compare collections more precisely by counting. Let's join a couple of classrooms as they engage in this activity, and then listen in as the teachers reflect with a colleague.
All right, so do you remember how to play this game?
Yeah, we feed the bear cookies.
We feed the bear cookies. So this is Mr. Bear. He's very hungry. So Catalina, you have a very important job. He's going to want to come and grab them all. You have to hold him tight so he doesn't move, because we have to figure out which cookies he's going to eat. Itana's going to put both her hands in the cookies. She's going to pull out some cookies. And remember, the bear wants more. Which one has more? And Catalina, you can help us watch because the bear's looking. Just keep him safe so he doesn't grab the cookies. Which has more? Itana, which one has more?
I holding this one.
Okay, how do we know which one has more?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Isaias, you're counting so you can figure out. And I'm not sure.
One.
Itana, do you want to try? The strawberry cookies or the blueberry cookies? Can you try counting for us?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you have 4 cookies that are strawberries. How many cookies are blueberries?
1,
4 and
5.
so we have 5. I'm going to move these over here. We have 5 blueberry cookies for Bear, or he gets 4 strawberry cookies. Which one is more? Which one is more? The blueberry cookies or the strawberry cookies, Itana? Look at, let's see. Let's try. Let's check and see. 1, why don't you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strawberry cookies. And how many blueberry cookies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one has more? 5? Is 5 a bigger number or 4 a bigger number? I think you like strawberry cookies, don't you? What do you think, Catalina? Which one's more? Which one has more? There's more blueberry cookies, so we're going to give him more blueberry cookies to eat. Okay, so are you going to feed him the cookies? Because the blueberry cookies is more. You're going to put your hand in the blueberry cookies. You're going to put your hand in the strawberry cookies.
We're more.
And we're going to put just one hand. Just one hand. Okay, here we go. Whatever you have in your hand, you're just going to put on the table. You go ahead. Go ahead. No. You want him to go first? Okay. Let's see.
1, 2,
1 hand.
5.
Good. I got him.
6.
Okay, let's see what he has.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait. Are we sure? Are we sure over here? Let's try it again.
1, 2, buckle my shoes. 3, 4, look at some more. 5, 6, 7.
So you have 7. Don't move them. You have 7 cookies. How many do you have?
8.
Who has more cookies?
Me. No, I got more.
How did you know you have more? How did you know 8 is more than 7?
Because it's a bigger number.
It's a bigger number. You said 7, the same as Isaias, but then you said 8. And that was one more, so we know it's more. Okay, Isaias is getting one hand, whatever falls out. Okay, let's see what Alessi, I'll hold it for you so you can grab not only what's in your hand, so that one doesn't count.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, let's see, Alessia, how many do you have?
1, 2, 3.
You have 4?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you have 5 cookies, and did you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
No, I said 8.
Let me see.
1, 2,
3.
3, 4, 5.
Okay, wait. You said 5? Can you stop here for a minute?
Leftovers.
So you had 5 here. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same as Alessi. But then you said, what's after 6? 7?
8.
So that's how we know you have more cookies. So the blueberry cookies is what Bear wants to eat because there are more blueberry cookies and less strawberry cookies.
Thanks for meeting with me today and allowing me into your classroom and getting to watch Bear Wants More. So how are you feeling like that went? What did you notice their understanding about comparison?
Well, I think some of them were having a hard time with the comparing in terms of the counting. I did notice some of them could see, like some of my older children could see that which group had more if they were just looking at a pile that was kind of different. But getting them to understand, why one was more than the other, they really didn't, I don't think they had much language for that. I was trying to think about, as I did a few more of that activity with the children, I started to realize maybe if I tried encourage them to line the cookies up, that maybe they could begin to understand in terms of numbers, the comparisons. I didn't really get that, I don't think, till my end final group, because I was kind of surprised that they could see the big and the small quantities, and then they were kind of like just wanted to feed it to the bear.
When there are 2 quantities and they are obviously different, then to them maybe it is like, well, it's clear, right? Why do I even have to explain it? We can see it, so what other explanation is there? Mm-hmm. But I think you did a good job with connecting then that counting. And for some, I think you're right. I think maybe even their skills with counting weren't quite there, and so making that connection between the counting and distinguishing which is more or less was harder for them to connect to, where I feel like the 2 boys, their counting skills were at a place where that idea, I think they connected those 2. And your language specifically about the count sequence and comparison, you seem to have been really specific about that. Can you tell me more about that?
So I thought, well, I wanted to point out that they both had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in their collection of cookies, but the other boy kept going on, and he had more as a result. Yeah. So I was trying to get to that.
Yeah, and I think because of that wording, I almost feel like because their counting was at a point where I think they were more secure in that understanding, and almost like they had a mental number line and your language matched with that, right? Like, okay, both of these had 5, but look, you still had to count further, 6, 7, 8, and they could connect, I think, that visual piece in their mind to then the count sequence.
So one thing I was thinking about as we're talking here is I feel like I ask a lot about more all the time in different scenarios. It's always about more. I don't focus on less as much. I've been trying to incorporate that more, but I don't know if I've ever focused on same.
We don't really think about the less part, but how important it is that more and less are related. And I think you did, I remember hearing that language and you using, oh, so this one's more, oh, that means this one's less.
I was trying, and I think maybe that's a good reminder whenever I say more, there's got to be something that is less. I just need to bring it into the conversation maybe.
Yeah, just so that they hear it and they're aware of it, and same as well.
This is Bear. He's very hungry. Very hungry. Did you know that bears like to eat fruit? Mr. Bear says he wants to eat some fruit today. He has 2 kinds of fruit. Go ahead. I'll take one hand of each fruit. I'm gonna put Doggy down so you can use both of your hands. So we have, which one is more?
Yellow.
Let's see, how many fruit do you see here?
1, 2,
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same.
It's the same.
Well,
Well, you see 4 fruit here and 4 fruit here. So they're the same.
that piece I make 8.
What if we put one more piece of fruit here? Then which one would Bear want?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want this one.
Just pick one hand. Take both, put one hand here. Yeah, that's fine. And then, don't forget about this one, Ezra. He likes to have 2 different kinds of fruit. All right, Ezra. Which one is more?
There.
You think this pile is more?
I think so.
How many do you have? Natalie thinks it's the same.
2,
Hold on, let him count.
3.
Hold on, Bear wants to see here.
I cannot put 1, 2, 3.
Oopsie, oopsie. Do you think it's the same, Natalie?
4.
How many?
4.
4. And how many of this fruit did you pull?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 and 4. Which one's more? Let's take a look. He's looking, Rudas, to see which one is more. Which one is more? Which one are you counting? Separate them. Let's count together.
2.
3, 4,
6.
5. Ready, Rudas? 6. How many is there, Rudas?
1, 2, 3.
How many?
7.
6.
6.
And how many over here?
5.
Your friend says 5. Will you check? How many?
5.
So which one does Bear want to eat? Jaden said there's 6 here.
This one.
Why does he want to eat the yellow fruit?
Because of that more.
How did you know? You kept counting one more? I think Bear's all full now. Thank you for playing, Bear says. Now I'm so full. Thank you for playing. You grabbed fruit for me, and then you counted to see which one was more.
So I'm wondering, first of all, how do you think it went?
I think with Bear Wants More, it was fun. We had a good time playing the game. I learned a lot about the 2 students. So let's start with Jamal.
Okay.
For Jamal, he showed a lot of great evidence that he could stable order count up to 10.
Okay.
I also noticed that he could count one set of the fruit and then he could count another set of the fruit and think about those 2 quantities, hold them in his working memory and compare them and actually talk about which one was more.
I'm wondering if, with them, even before we think about the county to compare, we hear that language about which one is more, which one is less. And I know there were a couple of times when they had the same amount.
Oh, yes.
I think you tried to ask, how could we make it more when they were the same? You added one more piece of fruit, and you asked, how could we make it more? When we had this situation where there was the 4 and the 4, there was the same. If adding just one more was enough, if maybe we had done this, that might have helped them to see that idea of more, because one more than the same is harder to distinguish, but a lot more is easier.
I think the other missed opportunity would be if it's possible to help the children with these great concrete tools is to compare them in the most sort of like visually kind of concrete way for them to see that up to 5 the sets are the same, but that this is the difference in comparing
Right,
more.
and so that's why you have to keep counting more. So because we want, as we're thinking about the idea of more than. We really want them to think about the count sequence because we want them to develop a confidence that the count sequence gives us an idea of magnitude. That when I go further in the count sequence, then the numbers are going to be higher, then it's going to be more, so that even if they can't see it, they can know. And so that's what we're trying to build in. This is a great visual for that, but we also want to build in that confidence with the count sequence.
I see the difference.
One other thing that I noticed was that you were very intentional in how you summarized the activity. Could you speak about that a little bit?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. It's something I've been working on for quite a while. So much happens in the course of the activity. And I want to be really careful to pull out the mathematical thinking that happened during the activity. And so before they leave the table, I want to be sure to say, in this activity, I know that I was really hyper-focused on getting the children to see that, to really establish which set was more, then we talked about counting past or counting on. And so that was what I tried to pull out at my end summary statement, is especially with Jamal and Rudas, was to say, remember, Jamal, when you had 8 and Rudas had 5, I remember that you kept counting on past 5, and that's how you knew there was more. So, yeah.
And that summary is so important because, like you said, there's all kinds of things that happen. And we don't know what children are going to walk away with. But if we leave that with them, we know that they've heard those ideas and those concepts, and that's something that they can take with them.